TV5 News.
Ruthless bombing in Ukraine as Russia cities across the country, including an artillery attack today, killing civilians. Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us this noon. I'm Blake Keller. Skylar Henry explains the president's next steps addressing the war in Ukraine.
Russians continue their relentless assault on cities throughout Ukraine with missile, rocket, and mortar fire. In the northern city of Chernihiv, police there say an artillery attack today killed civilians, including an American. CBS has not yet been able to verify that report. Meanwhile, in the southern city of Mariupol, searchers are sifting through rubble looking for survivors of another attack. This theater was said to be sheltering more than 1,000 people, and satellite images prior to the blast showed the word children painted in Russian so bombers could see it.
I think he is a war criminal.
President Biden called Russian President Vladimir Putin a war criminal Wednesday. The White House later said the president was speaking from his heart.
Speaking from what he's seen on television, which is barbaric actions by a brutal dictator through his invasion of a foreign country.
The White House says President Biden will speak with China's president on Friday to discuss the war in Ukraine. The meeting comes amid reports China may be preparing to supply Russia with military equipment.
Any effort to supply, to provide materiel for Russia's war effort, that would be met with significant costs.
The Pentagon tweeted out this video of body armor and helmets being shipped to Ukraine. Senators were briefed on White House plans to ship more supplies, including drones and anti-aircraft weapons.
It's clear they know how to effectively use the weapons that are being provided to them, and so it's incumbent on us to continue to provide those weapons.
Defense officials say Russia's attacks have stalled, largely due to Ukrainian forces defending their embattled country. Skylar Henry, CBS News, the White House.
Across Michigan now, the trial of 4 men charged with planning to kidnap Governor Whitmer will continue today after a 3-day pause over a COVID-19 case. A judge says there have been no further complications. The trial was suspended because the virus struck a key person who has not been publicly identified. Masks are optional for everyone in the court. Only 1 prosecutor and 1 juror wore a mask last week. Adam Fox, Barry Croft Jr., Daniel Harris, and Brandon Caserta are charged with conspiracy. Prosecutors say they were angry at the government in 2020 for COVID restrictions, which turned into this kidnapping plot. Attorney General Dana Nessel is reminding you to be aware of scammers when receiving payments from auto insurers who are issuing $400 per vehicle refunds to eligible Michigan policyholders. Governor Whitmer announced these refunds, saying anyone who had a vehicle insured by a policy as of October 31st of last year is eligible to receive a refund for that vehicle. Nessel says the payments will be automatic and no one will call, write, or email you for information before receiving that money. If you are contacted by someone claiming to need personal information, remain skeptical and report it to the My Consumer Protection team. All right, let's take a live look out over downtown Flint and Saginaw. We are seeing warm temperatures again, just in time to get outside and celebrate St. Patrick's Day. Meteorologist Matthew Monjo joins us now from the First Warn 5 Weather Center. I'd say good patio weather.
Oh, absolutely. This afternoon, I'm going home and breaking out the grill, too. I'm ready for it. But no, seriously, perfect weather out there, seeing temperatures into the 60s already, warming up very quickly and admittedly even a little quicker than expected. Down in the Flint area, we're already well into the 60s. We can see our current temperatures around the area already coming in at 64 in Flint. We have 65 in Lapeer, 66 in Owasso right now. Saginaw, you're at 62, Bay City at 55. We have 53 up in Houghton Lake. Our high temperatures today expected to elevate a little further. Flint and our southern counties expecting to get up to around 68. Wouldn't be surprised if you came very, very close to 70 degrees. Middle 60s for most others around the area. Lakeshore communities might still stay in the 50s, though, just like we saw on our Wednesday. Our wind is out of the southwest at around 5 to 15 miles per hour at the moment. Some gusts will occasionally reach 20. Overall, not too windy of a day. But as we can see on our First Warn 5 Sky Tracker, still seeing a decent amount of sunshine at the moment. We'll start to see more clouds coming back in through the afternoon, kind of a general mix of sun and clouds, variably cloudy. And then with a cold front coming through, we do just have an isolated chance for a shower. Overall, not a washout. I'd still say get out there and enjoy it. Your afternoon planner in Midland gets us up to around 65 degrees by dinner time later on. Blake, we do have some rain chances for Friday and Saturday. We'll talk about that in the full forecast.
All right, it's beautiful. Matthew, thank you. Well, developing today, families in a New Mexico university are mourning the loss of 6 college golfers and their coach who died on their way back from a tournament. It happened after a traffic crash in western Texas. Those involved come from multiple states and countries. The youngest victims just 18 years old. This memorial is at their school, the University of the Southwest in New Mexico.
When you're on a team, it sort of becomes like a second family, and regardless of how far removed you are from that team, that's still family.
And Coach Tyler James also died in the accident. 2 surviving players are in critical condition. Officials say the driver and a 13-year-old passenger of the pickup truck that collided with the van also died. Still unfolding as an investigation continues in mid-Michigan after a gas explosion just south of Fenton. That blast happened Wednesday morning in Livingston County's Tyrone Township, which shut down all lanes of US 23 and Old US 23 north of Center Road. It left a crater and a severely deformed pipe where it ripped open. A resident who heard the explosion tells TV5 he spoke to someone he says was working on that line, saying the ground began bubbling just before it exploded.
We heard a loud boom. It's typical where we hear airplanes circling around, so we just figured it was like an engine from an airplane, but then it continued for like 15 or 20 minutes.
Hear the noise and the whooshing or whatever it was, and that went on for a while, and then it stopped.
Consumers Energy tells us there was a leak in the natural gas transmission line, but there's no official word on what caused that leak. The company shut off the flow of natural gas, adding there were no injuries and no interruption of service. Those road closures have since been reopened. In more local news, it's been vacant for decades, but the historic depot in Saginaw could be reborn as a transportation hub. The agency that runs the city's bus system is encouraging the use of money from the American Rescue Plan Act to make it happen. Supporters believe the building holds the key to a brighter future for the city as a whole. In a meeting on Zoom on Wednesday, a transit advisory committee detailed a proposal to the city asking for ARPA funds to make developing the site a possibility. The first step in the process, a feasibility study with a price tag of about $200,000.
To see if Potter Street Station would be an appropriate place to redevelop as a multimodal transportation hub. The land bank being open to this is a big deal because they've been holding these properties for a long time.
The Saginaw County Land Bank owns a majority of properties near the station. STARS is in the process of purchasing several land bank lots, 5 lots from the Potter Street Preservation Corporation, as well as privately owned properties. All parties have indicated they will not stand in the way of this redevelopment project.
That over the next 10 years, maybe the train system comes back, the route to Chicago comes back, the business and economic development booms, and STARS is a catalyst for this.
If funding is approved for the feasibility study, the Director of External Affairs for STARS says she expects the study to be completed by the end of the year. Happening today, Secretary of State Jocelyn Benson will kick off Alma College's Presidential Speaker Series. The series focuses on the importance of building communities and using available resources. Her speech starts at 6 tonight at the Heritage Center, and admission is free. And today kicks off the annual Flint Camper and RV Show. It's at the Dordt Financial Center with more than 50 displays. It runs from noon to 7 today and tomorrow. It's 10 to 7 on Saturday and 11 to 5 on Sunday. Admission is $7. Well, the CDC is facing a lawsuit over its federal mask mandate. Why a group of airline pilots are fighting against that policy, that's still ahead. And a major side effect of long COVID. Those stories and much more still ahead as TV5 News at noon continues in just a moment. And for the latest news and weather, you can download or update the new TV5 mobile app. You'll find it in the App Store or on Google Play. Just search WNEM. In your health, scientists at the University of Cambridge are sounding the alarm about long-term cognitive issues associated with COVID-19. An online study of about 180 long COVID patients over 18 months revealed more than 2/3 still experience difficulty concentrating, brain fog, or forgetfulness, conditions which can significantly affect your daily life. Increasing taxes on tobacco products may help improve health outcomes for some of the most vulnerable. That's according to researchers in the UK who found taxing cigarettes at least 75% could have drastically reduced neonatal and infant deaths worldwide between 2008 and 2018. And an international team of researchers examined studies involving mothers infected with COVID-19 during pregnancy and found less than 2% passed the virus on to their babies. Babies were more likely to test positive if their mothers had a severe COVID-19 infection. Well, a tech company is showing support for Ukraine, how it aims to keep Ukrainians connected during the crisis overseas. And pilots are suing the CDC over its mask mandate. These stories and much more are still ahead when we come back. In dollars and cents, a group of airline pilots are suing the CDC over the federal mask mandate. Pilots from JetBlue, American, and Southwest Airlines are accusing the government of issuing the order without seeking feedback, calling it illegal and unconstitutional. While mask mandates have been lifted across the country, they still apply on transportation. The group of pilots asking a court to vacate the order. The tech sector is stepping up to try and help displaced Ukrainians stay connected. Tech startup Lifesaver is gearing up to ship thousands of phone charging stations to Ukraine and its borders. The power packs will be pre-charged so they can be used right away. And there's plenty of deals in that pot of gold today. You can say cheers to St. Patrick's Day at Applebee's with $5 Saintly Sips cocktails. Now, Chili's is mixing up its margarita of the month with the Lucky Jameson, that's whiskey and tequila together, for something less stiff. Krispy Kreme's, their lineup of St. Patrick's Day donuts will be available all day today.
And now your first Warn 5 forecast, certified most accurate by Weather Rate.
And also seeing another warm day for St. Patrick's Day today. Maybe not as warm as St. Patrick's Day of 2012, but we'll still see temperatures into the 60s for today. We're already seeing that at this lunch hour too. Let's go ahead and go through your St. Patrick's Day forecast. To start off, I did up the number just by a degree from earlier this morning, up to 64 degrees. Most folks are going to be falling in that lower to middle 60s range today. However, Flint is going to be one of the exceptions. You'll be into the middle, even upper 60s. You're already at around 65 degrees, so 68 certainly a possibility there. Still seeing a general mix of sun and clouds this afternoon, but later on in the afternoon, closer to dinner time, you may have an isolated shower move through the area, but no washout by any means. I'd say still get out there and enjoy that weather. Also for your evening planner, sunset coming in at 7:44. Twilight goes to around 8 o'clock, so still plenty of sunlight left in the daytime today. Still seeing that general mix of sun and clouds, mostly cloudy though, especially as we head through the overnight hours tonight. And then as we head into tomorrow, a cooler day. That's also when our next larger chance for some rain comes into the picture. Here's your first Warn 5 pinpoint Doppler live from MBS at this lunch hour. All is looking dry. Our cold front is starting to inch a little closer to us from the northwest, but we're still watching that low pressure system off in the Rockies at the moment. That's the one that's developing and will be bringing more of that rain into our area and really picking up tomorrow evening after sunset. But let's go through your first Warn 5 hour by hour for the rest of today. First seeing those that mix of sun and clouds throughout the rest of the afternoon. Starting to see a few isolated light showers move through, but but you'll see they're very light and also very brief as they come through the area at around 5 to 8 to 9 o'clock later on. And then through the overnight, we just continue with that very small isolated shower chance, but everybody seeing overcast skies return. And then it's throughout Friday morning, starting to see a few isolated showers. Then in the afternoon, more scattered showers picking up. And wouldn't be surprised if we did have some snow mixing in up north too, as will be a little cooler up north. But no accumulations really expected with the warmer days that we have had. And then this is after sunset around 9 o'clock on Friday. More of that rain really starting to pick up from the south, as we can see pretty widespread as we head through the overnight and also into Saturday morning. Now by Saturday evening, when everything is all said and done, we're looking on average at around a half of an inch of rain, maybe a little lighter as you go east of I-75, but higher as you go west of I-75. There, the potential to possibly even reach around 3/4 of an inch of rain is certainly possible. All in all, this is going to be a little bit of a heavier rainfall event for this time of year in mid-March. There's your weekend outlook too, so that rain eventually coming to an end by Saturday afternoon into the evening. Just a cooler day there, but Sunday quite the opposite, seeing mostly sunny skies, temperatures returning to the 50s. That's also the first official day of spring, so looking good there. As we head into next week, high temperatures right around the 40s into the 50s occasionally, which is on par for this time of year, and just some smaller shower chances Tuesday and Wednesday. But Blake, for today, a beautiful day, seeing another warmer day with those temperatures in the 60s.
All right, we will soak it all up, that's for sure. Matthew, thank you very much. Well, a kind gesture as prices at the pump hit Americans hard. How one millionaire is actually helping his neighbors handle these record high prices. That's next. Miss the story? Catch up on our YouTube channel for the latest updates, like our Facebook, and follow us on Instagram. But first, here's Lisa Robertson with your local steals and deals.
Hey everybody, wouldn't it be great if you had a personal massage therapist at home? We have the next best thing. So you've loved everything we brought you in calming heat, right? Every single item, hugely popular. You love it. You love the weightage, you love the heat, you love the massage, you love it all together. This is a brand new one and it's perfect because it's in the exact area where you need it the most. You need it every day and you're going to want it all the time. And that is the back of the neck, right? The back of the neck, the top of the shoulders, right here where you hold that stress after a stressful day, where you're kind of sore from crunching over that computer all day, right? Right back in that area. This is gonna be the perfect way to go. It's the Calming Heat Massaging Neck Wrap. And this is gonna be weighted clay beads so that that heat really, really goes in, plus the heat, plus that vibration massage. Oh my gosh, it's just like, oh yeah, right? At the end of a long day. So think about after all day long of going through your day, the kids, the family, the business, the work, the traffic, the whatever, and then you sit on your couch at night and you put this around in this wonderful, warm, massaging neck wrap. Ah, wouldn't that be great? Well, it is going to be great, and right now on localsteals.com, these are 25% off. So now you can be great for 25% less. If anything, we all need a little stress relief, and this is going to be perfect.
That was my understanding. Well, commuters in Chicago got a break at the gas pump today after millionaire businessman Willie Wilson handed out $200,000 worth of gas. Wilson says every driver that goes to a participating station will receive $50 in free fuel. That's in the Chicago metro area, and gas prices there are at $4.64. So what a sweet surprise.
Yeah.
Imagine just like rolling up and, hey, your gas is free.
Yeah, $50, that's a full tank in most cars.
I'd say, yeah, I have about 13 gallon, and now it takes me about 50 to fill up.
Yeah, I was going to say, yeah, I've got a 12-gallon tank. Usually it's about 10 gallons whenever I fill up. Filled up around quarter of it.
Anything to reduce the pain, that's for sure.
Yeah, but anyways, today, great day to just get out there. Maybe Ride a bicycle or take a walk instead. Seriously, no. Temperatures into the 60s already at this lunch hour. Expecting Flint to get up to around the upper 60s, 68 degrees. Around the Tri-Cities, a little cooler, but still the middle 60s there, and a little cooler along the lakeshore like we saw yesterday. But a nice day is ahead.
All right. We're going to get outside and enjoy it. Matthew, thank you. Thanks all for watching TV5 News at noon. Have a great St. Patty's Day. Have fun. Be safe. Get outside. We'll see you soon.
Thanks for watching WNEM TV5. Watch us live wherever you are, our mobile, and on our streaming news app. You can also watch us on Roku, Apple TV, and Fire TV.